All right, hi guys, and welcome to another Squadcast episode with the Sexy Wookiees. We are reading Thrawn by Timothy Zahn. Yes, I am simping very hard. I got my blue eyeliner, my blue tank top, and my blue nail polish.
Representing.
Nice.
So this week we are going to be talking about chapters 6 through 10. It's your simp, Sexy 2.
Hey, it's your girl, Sexy 1.
It's your boy, Sexy Leader. I see. Let's go.
Amazing. So in the chapters, they were talking about different career paths that the students were studying at the Royal Imperial Academy. What path would you want to study for?
What are the options, though? Do we know just anything in the Imperial military kind of?
So they briefly talked about starfighter pilot path. For Eli, it was supply officer, and then there were some that were for studying to be weapons officer. Some were tech. So just kind of everything.
Dang. I'm sure I'll think of something more nuanced and specific that I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'd do. But off the top of my head, I'd say starfighter, because ties are really fast and I like to go fast. So that'd probably be my angle. And then at some point I'd jump ship and go join the rebels. Got the entire plot line planned out, not just my career path.
Okay.
I think so.
Man, this is a good question. I think I'm gonna have to go with, I want to go starfighter because
Come with me.
what I know of Wedge, but that's not gonna go that way. I was wondering if they had historic artifact type of historian kind of thing for
like an archivist.
yeah, because relating to the game, the Empire needs those kind of things, and later on, as we know, the Emperor will need those kind of things. But the supply officer is probably
You're gonna be an accountant.
gonna be my route. Yeah.
Don't. Okay, wait. I'm changing my answer.
I'm gonna take inventory of things. So I think I like that. I would excel at that, and I wouldn't let any supply pass.
Megan, you let him live his life.
Pass
your
me
fantasy choice. Okay. No, you think about this while I give my new answer. Now that I've had a chance to think about it, you're going to think about what you want to do, not something that you would be good at. So my new choice is intelligence. I want to go into Imperial intelligence. I want to be the person who interrogates people or who goes undercover or
so you'd be an ISB officer.
Yeah, totally. Yes. I definitely go the ISB route, I'm thinking. Yeah,
that's actually a very
way.
That's a very good choice. I like playing those agents in the Battlefront game. So if you ever seen me, I'm not so what do you call it? Excited about the costume per se, but definitely the just what their specialties bring to the table for the game are pretty cool. So I wonder how it would be in the books and in the shows and stuff like that. We get a little bit of taste, but definitely got a good taste of it playing Battlefront.
I didn't know they were in Battlefront. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they're probably the latest additions and probably one of the more last additions to the game.
I guess I need to watch our Twitch channel more. Dang it.
All good. So do I have to pick a new one? And
I'm saying that you now have a chance to think about it and maybe pick something more exciting.
I do.
Quartermaster.
Let's see. So I think I would like to be able to do not tech per se, because kind of that's also would fall under reality in a sense. But so, yeah, let's figure out weapons, if not supplies of what the Empire takes in or out, but definitely learn how to take inventory of the weapon.
No, R&D. You should be helping create and test new types of weapons.
Like
That was gonna be
bioweapons or
my
just
answer.
actual weapons?
Well,
all the
no,
weapons?
bioweapons would be a little bit more of like a biology, scientific in a lab kind of thing. No, you want to be like putting together new types of guns and cannons and
That's true.
starfighter attachments and things like that, and then testing them on real
I like that.
subjects.
R&D is a very
That's what we
good,
do in the Empire. It would be
very
crazy.
great to put it that way. Okay, that's definitely what
Yeah,
I would do.
R&D. That's what you want.
Nice.
So that was
I
going
like
to be my
this.
answer. I wanted to be a weapons tech so that I could do like the upgrades and just be able to test it out so that when I do eventually join the rebels, I could be
As
like,
we
"Hey,
will,
I know how to turn all their weapons against them because I designed some of them."
Freaking you
Okay.
like built in a fail safe that only answers to your code. Love it.
Mhm.
Love it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, kind of need to write this now.
So I would either do, weapons tech or like you, ISB, because you know me in security.
Exactly.
Well, you could be the
Exactly.
best of both worlds and then split the defense here.
I'd be like Hannah Montana.
I'd be like a triple agent. So I'd be ISB that would go undercover for the Emperor within the actual Imperial forces, the Navy, to root out potential traitors.
Mhm.
So I would be there to see if there was anyone that was going to defect to the rebellion, and then I'd turn them in, and get them in trouble. But really, I'm on the side of the rebellion, hunting for people that are going to
Yes.
defect to the rebellion, and I'm turning over people that wouldn't and getting them in trouble. But the Emperor believes me because I'm that agent.
Mhm.
Shoot.
Yo, amazing.
That's it.
I like it. I like
This
it.
answer, this was turned into a really good question. At first I
You
was
must be
like, I
all
had to
very-
think about it for a minute, but
You must be all very powerful to trick the emperor. that
I'm like
way.
Mara Jade. What are you going to do? Like
Oh, hey.
Emperor's hand, let's go.
Got
Or
him.
Isan, I don't know. Could be a mix of those two into one new character.
Mhm.
Nice.
Evil.
I like these choices.
Yeah, this was fun.
What else you got for us?
So how would you guys have handled the punishment for the attackers? Do you agree with Thrawn's method?
When he explains why he has done it that way,
Mhm.
it is satisfactory. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. They will have some sort of kind of punishment in that they are going to live in constant paranoia that the shoe is going to drop, that something's coming down on them. But in the
Mhm.
meantime, you've actually benefited everybody involved by taking troublemakers off the hands of you and the whatever general or whoever the guy is, and saved everybody the trouble of getting in trouble from their families. So it's a win-win-win-win-win. Fine. I think if I was in the position, I don't know that I would have thought it out that far, and I wouldn't be satisfied with the level of punishment.
Mhm.
And like, I care about whether or not it's a win-win for everybody. Like, no, only I want to win. I don't care about the rest of you winning.
Mhm.
Nice.
Like, I want these people to suffer and apologize. And so, yeah, I'd have been probably a little more petty and vindictive. So Thrawn's got that up on me with his non-emotional, well thought out actions. So no, I would have definitely gone after them.
Wow. Thought I was going to be able to piggyback off of that answer, but not really. Not really. It's definitely, have a different. So I'm going to first say that Thrawn his method was, I think, very cold and like in his way calculated. So let me explain that for a little bit. Like, I think for Thrawn, he's like the win-win situation is like, to me, when I was reading it, was like, oh, this is like when couples get into a fight kind of thing, and then they they don't want to call back, but it's like you're gonna tell them you're gonna call back, but then you give a long time to call back, and I thought that's what it was to me. Was
The
that
old
it's
cold
very
shoulder.
yeah, it was the cold shoulder
Silent
kind
treatment.
of Yeah, exactly. So in that level, I was like, man, this dude. I already said it the first episode of this book. Again, savage. Thrawn is nothing but a savage, but because just the way he thinks of things like that, like who thinks of, because when you're reading Eli's portion, like Eli's just like, what's like, why, huh? Like, why would you do it that way? But then he already knows like what's going on and why he's doing the things he did. Like, very cold again.
Mm.
Would I have done it that way? I would have probably done something not necessarily like that, and but it was a good way to isolate. That's why I think that it was correct what he did, is like he was isolating them from from them getting in their way. Like he was just getting them out of the way, basically, right? So that's why he's saying a win-win. And I probably almost do it almost the same way as that. I don't go that route of like, oh, I need a win at any cost. I just like that those goons to just be out of my, be out of my hair and
Oh,
be out of my
yeah.
friend's
Well,
hair.
I'd get them
Mhm.
out
As
of
it
the
goes.
way, if you know what I
Oh,
mean.
wow.
Throw them out of an airlock and
Savage.
see ya. But Thrawn, very cold, very calculated.
Yeah. I thought it was very I mean, I always knew that he was like kind of an impressive tactician, but then when he was like, yeah, if you bring them to court martial or whatever, like I'm not gonna say anything. And the fact that he was like, yeah, just send some of them away, and then the other students, the other cadets will, you know, they'll have to worry about it, even if it's only for a while. They're still gonna have that worry with them. And I was like, damn, that's because you guys know me. I love psychology. I like psychological warfare. So I
It's
was like,
true.
that's amazing. Even though I would want more punishment for their actions, I'm like, to mess with them psychologically.
Nice.
It's a bonus.
Twisted.
So I was like, yeah, I would do that. I would try to find a little bit more ways to mess with them, but I was like, I like this because Eli was like, oh, so how long do you think they'll be worried for? He said, oh, no, not that long, but long enough. And I was like, yes.
Not long enough as far as I'm
I was like,
concerned.
yes. I was like, I dig it. I'm here for it. Yeah.
Definitely unorthodox, but effective.
Yeah, I think he also didn't give the goons an out with the way he did it. Like it was no way that they were going to be able to kind of justify themselves to be to do like kind of like justify themselves to get out of it. I don't think they had any chance with the way Thrawn was doing it. So yeah, man, twisted. I like to watch the phone and watch the little red light blink.
Hey,
I mean,
Tony Stark.
even if he said that they were that he thought that they would be good pilots, that doesn't mean that they'll actually pass the program too. So they're getting sent somewhere. They're going to have that constant fear of they could be transferred again at any point, and that fear of we're somewhere new and out of our league.
Yep.
Just like Thrawn was.
Yeah.
And they could fail. And I was like, I like that. That is delicious punishment.
Man, Empire sanitations, that's for sure. You don't want to end up there.
That's it.
Right?
That's it. I put him straight into the sanitation department. See how you like it.
All right, ready for the next one?
Sure.
Let's go.
How well do you think you would do under Thrawn's command, or maybe even as his aide? So you could either be working like with Thrawn and Eli, or you could be his aide. How do you think you would fare?
That's a tricky one because I feel like, not to flatter myself, but I am very similar to Thrawn in that I am constantly analyzing and overthinking and trying to make observations and judgments about people instead of just like blindly being trusting and friendly and going along with what people say. I'm always trying to look for a way to manipulate. I mean, that's just the nature, and we get into it more in the Orinda section of working in an industry where it's all about connections. It's all about what you can use about against another person, or weasel your way into something because of dropping a name from somebody else and making people believe you know more than you do. So that's the way my mind works, and that's the way Thrawn's mind works.
Yeah.
I'm not at his level, no way Jose, but that's why I don't know if we would either really get along, like we would work together well, or it would completely clash because we would never trust each other. So I don't know. I think I would, if I had to work for him, I'd respect him because I would recognize those things, but I would also be completely wary of him all the time because I would know that I'm that next expendable thing that he's using, but I would be doing the same thing to him. So it would be very complicated. And I don't know how well that would work. That's why Eli's perfect, because he's really trying, but he also doesn't have that ambitious cutthroat nature, which is what makes him the perfect little, aide, because he's got a analytical mind.
He has a moral compass that Thrawn lacks.
Exactly. So but Thrawn keeps him around because he's really good at observation and memory and putting things together. So his mind works in that way, but his moral compass doesn't. So it's he can use him as kind of the innocent foil, and yet he can understand plans on the same level. So it works out just nice for the two of them. Me, probably not so much.
So I look at it a little bit. I'm looking at these answers from you very differently.
Oh no!
Today, but let's see. When I did think about this, I did think about it a little bit. I don't think I would be an aide like Eli, where I'm very clueless. I think he's clueless, like a lot of things when it comes to the actual action. And now that they're, hopefully, this question we're already past a certain chapter. Now that they're in higher positions now, that he's still in the zone of why did you do it that way, Thrawn? Or he's always still questioning why Thrawn is doing what he does, or like not seeing the situation in real time, and it's just very we'll go with it, and Thrawn very kind of keeping him around to just say, oh well, I decided this because I decided this way, right? And then the little light bulb in his head clicks, and it's like, oh, I got it. So let's see where I was going with this. No, really, I think I'd be a great Thrawn, because I'm very by the book. But again, being very by the book in the Empire, as we all know, is something you don't always follow, because if you follow it all the time, you might either get chewed out by the top himself, or Lord Vader, or Thrawn himself as your lieutenant. And I wouldn't want to mess with this savage. I'm telling you, it's not something I would want to go against him. I definitely want to be on his team. So yeah, I'd probably be not like Eli, but a little bit more of like, I need to stay on Thrawn's good side, and just
you don't want to be his enemy.
And yeah, just be a good aide, and just support whatever he wants to do. And I think that's what Eli's kind of also doing. Like, he's still going through emotions. We did see that little part where he kind of got angry for being an aide, but still decided or was again tricked again to becoming to staying with them.
Yeah, he's kind of like accepted the fact that he's constantly being manipulated, but he trusts Thrawn enough that he's like, all right, well, whatever you set up, I'm sure is probably for the best.
It's his emotional support translator.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I like the way you put that.
Like good. I said, Eli is the moral compass that Thrawn definitely lacks.
Yeah. It's precious.
Yeah. Okay, so my turn.
Yep.
I got two answers.
I'm sure you spent all week just daydreaming. If I was partnered with Thrawn.
I got two answers. So
and probably several fanfics.
Oh yeah.
But your main answer is?
My main answer would be, I think we would work well together, because, so kind of like Megan, I look for the worst in people first, because I've been burned so many times where I'm like, I will grow to trust you, but I'm not going to trust you immediately, because that's, life, sadly. So my actual alignment is chaotic neutral. So I know how to be poised and calm, but if you make me snap enough, I am gonna rip your throat out with my bare teeth. So I feel like I would be like a good balance, that in between point of Thrawn and Eli. So I think I would work very well with them. Now, the issue is, which one of them would I date?
Oh, wow, that's a different question.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would love to work under them and, maybe gain some muscle. My ideal weight would be thrown on top of me, but, that's fine.
Don't touch Eli, that poor, sweet, innocent baby. He does not deserve this.
Oh,
Yeah.
he'd be a closeted freak, so.
Oh. Poor little Eli. Poor little
Guys, if you want
country
more of this, go on our Tumblrs.
Oh, Lord
it is
have mercy.
Wild.
boy.
But yeah, no. So I think I would work very well with them. And, being Thrawn's girlfriend, he'd be like, hey, can you give me some extra insight on this? And I'd be like, I got you.
I got you, babe.
I'd be like, ask your crazy girlfriend. Let's do this. So yeah.
Well,
Oh my
that would kind of be like the Tarkin Dala type of relationship, I think. Then
Oh,
very similar. in a sense.
maybe.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah, somewhere between attraction and respect and fear. It's just like a nice balance.
He's
That's
gonna
great.
look at me and he's gonna be like, how can I be so aroused yet so scared?
And
then-
so terrified.
And then I can already picture it. Eli's gonna be like, how are you cool as ice? But she is just a mess of chaos. And I'll be like, Eli, honey, opposites attract.
It just works. It just works.
It works.
Eli would probably be pissed and would want to be transferred at that point.
He's like, that's it. The last
I can't
straw.
handle two
He'd be like,
Thrawns.
I can't handle this. No, it's okay. I was telling Megan, my fever dream.
That's probably how it would play out for real.
So I had a fever and I was recovering and I was sleeping a lot because what else are you gonna do? Not a fever dream that me and Thrawn were together, but we were also working together, and then we ended up like unofficially adopting Eli, and I was like, I'm cool with this.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Wait. So you also had a dream that you were the daughter of Tarkin.
Mhm.
So that makes Tarkin Thrawn's father-in-law?
Oh God, can you imagine the chaos at family reunions?
Oh boy.
I'd be like, Eli, son, let's get the popcorn and watch this nonsense.
Oh, wowzers.
That would be
Gets crazier
hilarious.
and
Could you
crazier.
imagine the sheer chaos? Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be pretty fun.
What a family. The trilogy should have been about a trilogy. The 6 movies, because there's only 6, should have been about that family instead of the Skywalkers. Skywalkers are a side note. It's all about the Tarkin Thrawn, all the adopted family.
Just the wild chaos. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that'd be amazing. Oh man, you know what? I should post my fanfics because they are wild, they are fun. Sometimes they are Maori level of crazy.
There you guys check the Tumblr for all the crack.
On Tumblr for a crack. If we get enough likes on our YouTube and
I'll do
Instagram,
fan art of it.
I will post some of my embarrassing fan fictions to our AO3 in a separate little folder entitled
shoot.
Jasmine's Crack.
Yes, let's do it. Make it
But
happen.
we need enough likes and subscribers on YouTube and Instagram.
Okay. Deal.
And then I'll post my embarrassing stuff that you guys can just roast me for. It's
Ronald's like, is this a good time to say I'm quitting Sexy Wookiees?
He's like, embarrassing simp fan fiction? That's not what I signed up for.
Oh, just wait till we write them about you.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't even.
He's like, I hate them.
No.
Let me take a sip of this Jawa juice.
Yeah, you're gonna need something stronger to get through the rest of this episode.
Oh, man.
Well, good thing there's only one question left.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hit it.
It's about our fan favorite, Arinda Price.
That's my girl. I'm like reading these last few chapters. I was like, how's Timothy Zahn just writing my life right now? Like, did he just follow me around and just
I
start
don't
writing?
like that because I like you. I don't like Arinda. I want to hit Arinda with the sky cab
What? She's
multiple
just
times.
ambitious and trying to do her best in like really terrible circumstances.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got you, girl. Like that is my, I mean, you're talking about it from like the political industry, trying to work your way up into being influential. And then I'm coming at it in the entertainment Hollywood, but it's exactly the same dynamic. It's exactly the same way of working your way from like a really unimpressive job where you're getting people coffee and being stupid, like, and everybody doesn't treat you with respect. But if you go at it hard enough and you talk to the right people and go to the right parties and make connections and live in your car for long enough, like, you're gonna eventually work your way very, very gradually up this ladder. But you got to go hard. You got to hit that pavement, and you got to talk to people and make those connections and be that person, even if you don't feel like it. And then her whole thing of trying to get into like Core Square for the party, I'm like, why is that like my every trip to Comic-Con? I'm like, who do I know that's got space in their room that I can sleep on, or I'll just sleep in my car and I'll just drive down there and you can get me into this party and you got a ticket for this day. And like every time I was like, Timothy's on. Did you
That's
just write
gonna be
me
my
into this story?
question.
Like literally, this is my life.
So my question is, would you want Arinda like on your team, like on your side?
Well, I wouldn't want her against me. She's like, she knows how to play the game.
So I'm guessing you would be friends with her.
As much as she could be friends with anybody, because if I get her the way I think I get her, like, she probably has very few real friends, and that a lot of people are just a pawn in the game she's playing that are useful. And so if that's what it was, we'd probably both have that understanding that that's what we're there for, and that whoever hooks the other one up with something first, like, that's how it goes, and whoever ascends faster will forget about the other one faster. Like, that's just the nature of this game. And she gets it, I get it, and that, you know, you accept it. That's how it is. So yes, I think you would want to watch her closely and be an ally with her, because she knows how to do what she's doing. And if you want to do the same thing, you've got to ride her coattails. So it would be smart to be on her side.
Whoa, where do I start? Because my answer is going to be slightly different again. I can't.
Dang, like,
it's
we're
just-
so divergent today.
We are doing different
Oh,
versions
man.
today. Let's see first. I am really enjoying Price's character, and definitely I like Price's character so far in this story. And what got me to thinking, first of all, was, when was this book written? Was Rebels done first, the show, and then this book was written, or was it vice versa?
I think
No,
Rebels was first.
Rebels was first.
Because this came out in, hold on, I can check really quick.
Yeah, really quickly.
This came out in 2017.
Okay, so a little bit close enough.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit. No. Actually, that's a long time. No. So just kind of the same time they introduced her in Rebels. I'm thinking, yes.
Yeah, because Rebels ended like what, 2018?
Yeah, I can't really remember, but it's very close. So I like that even more, because now we, you know, whatever she was done, like the way the character was, how would you say it, written in Rebels, was very differently from this story, because, and then in this story, this is like the introduction to Price. So now I get that, you know, that second way of thinking about a character, and not really the rebels need to be caught kind of thing. So yes, definitely. I would definitely, just to kind of stick with Megan's answer a little bit. Yeah, I would definitely want her on my team, because knowing her now here in the book, like, you're a winner, you're a go-getter, and I need that. That's me positively, even though probably Price is not positive, and you know, or whatever it is, or maybe it's positive in this book in a different way, let's just say it that way. But that's what I need that drive to follow. And that's the people, if I was in the Empire world, that's who you need. Like those people who are like trying to get there. And if I'm not there either, if I'm trying to get where she's trying to get, man, that's one way that she's showing that this is how you get it done, right? This is how you work every part of this whole system, right? So I was just like, man, like go get it. I'll be a go-getter with Price in this book. So yeah,
Well, I
like
wonder how much the difference here is because you guys have this perception of her that was first formed on her show character, which I have no idea. I'm vaguely aware of what her character design looks like, but I don't think I've ever seen any scene with her in it. So I don't know what her personality is at that point. But at this point, I relate so much to her. So, and she seems like she's not bad. She's like a bad guy in the show, right? She's kind of a villain.
You could say
tries
that.
to
She's
be.
villain.
But at this point, like her goals are not bad. She's actually really trying to help the average person who's constantly forgotten by those above them, and she's trying to weasel her way in to higher society that she's not intimidated by but still respects. And it seems like a noble cause. So I don't see her bad side yet.
That's why the more we read and the more Price, if you're in this trilogy of these books, in these books, I mean, wow, like I already know what's coming, and like
See, I don't know. I'm like rooting for her, but if
I
she
don't
ends
want
up
it to be
someplace
that
really
way.
evil, then
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Well, I hope after this book you will watch Rebels so you could see her character development there too, because there is a development. It's not like she's all just one thing, you know, just like any show, the characters are going to develop. So this is more like her backstory. So I hope that after this you'll watch Rebels.
We'll
Definitely
see.
loving following it though.
Jasmine,
All right, Jasmine,
what
where
about
you
you?
at with this one?
I want to go against her.
But
I
why?
will win.
Oh, that way.
Oh, rivals.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm chaotic neutral. I'm usually very calm, but once you get me to cross that line, you're done for. So I can already picture it. Arinda has pissed me off to the point where I'm about to like jump on her. I'm gonna go hood rat on her. And Thrawn has to throw me over his shoulder. He's like, no, not today. You can't fight her today. And I'll be like, if you love me, you will let me fight her.
Eli, hold my earrings.
Eli, hold my gauges, hold my wig, hold my glasses. And he's kind of like, oh my God, this family's so embarrassing.
Mother, no.
And be like, no, you know what? Eli's going to be supportive of me. He's going to be like, yeah. And Thrawn's going to be like, for the love of God, both of you know.
Oh my gosh.
And
What'd she ever do to you?
Eli's going to be like, eat her. And I'll be like, yeah.
I feel bad.
But, yeah, no, I would love to go toe to toe with Arinda. I feel like it would be very fun, very interesting. She thinks she can win, but she cannot. I will tear her down.
Ooh, she's pretty sneaky. She seems like she's got some backup plans.
Hello, that's the nice thing about the alphabet.
That's true.
A
lot of room for plans. Oh,
Shout
dear.
out to Phi.
Phi, I miss you.
My sweet boy. Oh, so yeah, I would love to go toe to toe with her. I think it would just be fun and interesting. Entertaining.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we would probably end up becoming like real friends. Like we would probably relate so much.
How could you do this to me, Megan?
I don't know. I like kept reading scenes and I was like, why is she me? Like she sees like these high-ranking people and her friends like, wonder who that is. She's like, well, I'm gonna go find out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've 100% done that. Like
that is you.
I should not be
part
talking
is
to
you.
these people, but I'm just gonna walk right up and insert myself in this conversation right now.
So yeah, guys, if you're ever hanging out with Megan and there's someone that like you're too starstruck to like talk to, she'll be like, let's go.
I have literally
really
been
weird.
the person where there's like somebody has to deal with a celebrity and they're like, make Megan do it. She just doesn't care. Like I will put them in their place and be like, no, we're getting the business done. Like, I don't care. Like I have been abused by so many A-list celebrities and you just kind of like roll with it. And you're like, it's just going to do my job here. I don't care. So I was like, girl, we are the same. Like, I know.
Yeah, I was gonna, I was thinking something. It was not related to this book, but just how we are in real life. And I was thinking of like, I do really good with awkward when it comes to random people I don't know or just random people I do know. And to hear you saying that is really like, yeah, you do really would be good awkwardly with celebrities and stuff like that. So Jasmine, like, who would you be good awkwardly? Like,
Oh boy. So I get
who would be
embarrassed
good
easily, but
awkwardly?
at the same time, I have no shame.
Oh, that's
I
true.
don't
It's
know
in the
how that works.
books.
Uh,
It's characters, right?
Megan knows I have no shame.
This is
Oh,
true.
nice, nice.
I mean, not really a spoiler because I think we posted how we were in the Rogue One like extras.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm.
If you see, so yeah, we were at the red
Hoarse as
carpet.
all get out from screaming.
Oh yeah, so a little backstory to that. I had like some kind of respiratory stuff going on. I wasn't contagious, but like it was to the point where my parents were like, "Please don't go," and I was like, "I will die on that red carpet. It is fine."
I'll wheeze to
Wheeze,
death if
wheeze.
I have to.
So here I am screaming at the celebrities.
Screaming.
Sometimes I would forget their names. I would just yell out their character names. Do you
Nice.
remember
This is
poor
true.
Donald Faison? I yelled out Chocolate Bear because I could not remember his name in the moment.
This
Dude
is
still
a true
came
story.
over.
She did this.
I yelled at Mads Mikkelsen. I forgot his name was Mads. Do you remember I called him Hannibal? I was like, Hannibal!
Lord. Oh,
When I saw the love of my life, AJ McLean, I started screaming Backstreet's back at him.
yes. Yeah, she just about passed out. That was a moment to behold.
Do you remember? I think it was Howie that was with him, and I turned the camera to get him out of the selfie, so it's just me and H. So, like I said, I get very easily embarrassed, but I have no shame. So I think I would
Nice.
do well in those situations. Like
Nice.
put me on course on, and it's okay.
Cool.
I'll just have anxiety about it later that
She
night.
might
But
fangirl a little.
in the moment, I'd be fine. Oh yeah, I'd fangirl over like Thrawn. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. If we saw, I'm trying to imagine now if we were like, and you know me, half of the time at these high profile events, I am actually working. And so be like, I'll get my friends in and we'll party. But then like, if I get a call from, my celebrity, I'm going to have to run and go do an errand for them.
Mhm.
If we saw Thrawn and Eli and my boss all talking, Jasmine might actually get me fired, pass out, and
no,
embarrass
I
everybody.
wouldn't get you fired. I would just ask them if they want any.
Like, I don't know her.
I just no, it's okay. I'll pretend I don't know you either. I'll save you in case I get kicked out.
Plausible deniability.
No, it's okay. I would just talk nicely with them, just chit chat, be like, "Oh, Thrawn, would you like to go get some drinks?" And then it's okay. We're just gonna go make out in like a supply closet somewhere. It's fine.
Well, and then I'd find you in the bathroom just like crying and hyperventilating later because you would hold it all in until you couldn't anymore. And then you would go have a fangirl moment and die.
Yeah, probably.
That's how this goes.
So I'll be crying and she'll be like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I made out with the hottest guy, but I'm so embarrassed now."
Rana, tell us a celebrity story.
Yeah.
I know you've met some.
Yeah, well, not as good as you guys. Like you guys have.
You just
really-
weren't as crazy as us, but you've met some better ones than we have.
Well, like the Emperor.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, meeting the Emperor himself. If I can relate to that, so I like, yeah, meeting Mr. Ian. Definitely that was like a life-changing moment right there because it like who's the first person who would take a picture with me is the Emperor, and you're just like just cool about it the whole time. Yeah, like I said, I don't do well when it comes to those awkward moments with celebrities. And
Well, but how do you act? Like you're cool?
no, I'm not cool. Like I'm very like,
Oh, honey.
I very politely tried to ask for a picture in the nice way. Ended up taking a picture with me, which will never be in like.
Can I put that on our Instagram?
But yeah, it was a nice guy, and he took a photo. And man, the first person I ever took like a photo with in Star Wars, like in Star Wars movie, was the Emperor.
Oh, so you can relate to Eli and Thrawn.
Yeah.
I
You
can.
got to meet
So
the Emperor.
my question to you guys with about being awkward was, I was thinking back to when Price got into the, the event and was able to, she was being introduced to, the high players, and then also meeting Thrawn, because, that was, I thought it was going to be later down in the book somewhere, but as we're quickly seeing, we're in the first 10 chapters, and
Let's go.
they already have crossed paths, and I'm already just like, whoa, they are like rapidly firing, pushing Price in this story. So I guess the quicker they push her in, I don't want to say anymore because again, I don't want to speculate, but I am excited for that. So that's why my question to you guys, like, how awkward would you be? I'd be, meeting these, heavy players like right away, like it's not a starstruck thing, but it's like, oh, these are the highest of the high. Like, I gotta play my cool. Ron, play it cool. Play it cool. Play it cool.
I mean, I think we know Megan is like the coolest of cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool in the moment, but I suffer from anxiety. So definitely later on, I'll be hyperventilating. I'll feel like,
It'll hit you.
I mean, there's sometimes for like, so I'm not going to give away where I work, but sometimes famous people come through. And I know that there's some famous people that others like basically worship.
Yeah, it depends on your fandom.
If you give me or one of my people a problem, I will put you in your place. I do not care.
Who you are.
You're an influencer. You're a famous basketball star. What do I care? You're not paying my bills.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, sometimes I'm like just real good on the spot. Not gonna have anxiety later. But a lot of the times, yeah, I'll be cool on the spot, but I'll freak out later. Like, can I talk about?
You gonna name names?
Can I talk about one celebrity moment?
Yeah, it's fine by us.
So I met Mark Hamill one time and he was awkward and I was okay. I guess I was okay. I freaked out. I was cool and then I freaked out and then I was cool again and then I freaked out at home.
Nice.
Yeah. Probably the safe way to do it.
But he was kind of awkward too. And I was like, God, I love this man
helps.
so much. So it was for a charity video. I didn't make the cut, but I got some cool pictures with him. And
can I put those on our Instagram?
Yeah, I'll send them to you. I'll send them to you to post. And so what happened was we were talking because they were like, oh, we're going to bring someone out to recreate the end of TFA. And I was like, okay. So I was holding out the lightsaber and I'm holding my pose. And then this guy comes out with the hood on, covering his face. And I immediately see the beard and like, I'm sorry, Mark, I see the belly. And I was like, I swear to God, if that's him, I might just lose it on the spot. And like, the guy was filming already. And so then he took off his hood and we're staring at each other. The second he said cut, that's when I started kind of freaking out. So Mark came over and he hugged me. And I calmed down. And I was like, oh, I brought my Rey costume because they told me, just in case. Bless this man. He was like, can I watch you change? And I was like, I can't watch you change. And he's like, oh God, that's not what I meant. I meant to see you in costume. And I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not the only awkward one.
Okay, he made it weirder than you did. So that's
that's when I was like,
they make it weirder than you. Yeah.
So I was cool and collected at that point. We were just kind of laughing it off. And then after I left, that's when I started freaking out. I was like, "Who's Mark Hamill?"
That's awesome.
And he was so awkward, and I love him so much.
Oh
that's
my
awesome.
gosh! Good on you. It's not Star Wars related. The only celebrity I ever met that I was like couldn't form words and my hands were shaking was Hans Zimmer because I stan Hans Zimmer. I love him so much, and I could not believe that he came over and talked to me. And I was like, oh, I love you. Your music like me, I do. Dang it. Like, yeah, I lost it. Like I didn't know what I was saying. That was, and then like Christopher Nolan was there, but I'm like, don't talk to me right now. I'm talking to Hans Zimmer.
Oh my gosh.
So like it was a moment. So yeah, that was the one time I lost my cool a little bit. Like, and I didn't lose it, but I was like, I couldn't think straight and my hands
like you were
shaking.
Starstruck.
Yeah, I was actually starstruck in that moment. So it does happen to the best of us. We'll see what Arinda's level is. But yeah, like Ronald was saying, all of this and the coverage of probably a couple years worth of time, all in the first 10 chapters. So what are we reading next?
We are reading chapters 11 through 15.
Not too bad. 11 through 15 by next week.
Get your sticky
Nice.
notes ready, guys.
Get the sticky notes ready. I might have to take notes because I had questions and I forgot to write them down this week. But that's
Darn.
fine. That's fine. We had a great discussion anyway. So let's get reading on those chapters. Ronald, you still playing Battlefront? Maybe I can see some
Yes,
ISD.
we're gonna try something very differently soon, so stay tuned again. So
Very good, very good. And
Thanks for
then
the
we've got
Instagram.
all the crack shenanigans going on Tumblr to keep an eye out for. So yeah, if you want some crazy stories, check over there. Otherwise, read your chapters and join us here next week again for another episode of Sexy Wookiee Squadron Book Club. But for now, let's sign out. Sexy
Sexy
Wookiee.